Did you entitle this? That's so funny. So appropriate.
Yeah, we're live. Okay. So I titled this Readings 12 Signs, October of 2018. Hello, everybody. Welcome to channel 27. Sorry for our late start.
As per usual.
Jenny and I haven't caught up in a while, so we had to chit chat for a little bit. And don't you just love Jenny's bangs, her new haircut? Because I love it. I think it looks great. Throw it in the crowd how much you like it.
I'm super relieved that Heidi approves of my bangs because I was asking her if I should get them and she was like, no. So
when did I say no? What are you talking about?
I asked you like 2 weeks ago. I was like, should I cut bangs? You were like, no, don't do
I
it.
thought you meant like bangs, like straight up bangs.
Like, yeah.
Like this, you know?
Right. Like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. All right. So if you're new to this channel, Jenny and I try to do weekly. We've been struggling on that. Weekly updates and readings and, talk about in general things going on. I'm a Vedic astrologer. Jenny, life coach. Jenny's the life coach. Psychic tarot reader. I don't know she's just the best.
I was going to say life coach. That's a really loose.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what you like to call yourself. It's sometimes, I don't know.
No, I know. No, it's hard. It's sometimes hard to put into a box what it is that we do because every client is different and every reading, every session is totally different. So we have like a format that we follow. We try to like cover, a certain amount of stuff, but sometimes it just inevitably turns into what you would consider life coaching, which is mostly just having an honest talk about things and incorporating symbology, astrology, tarot, intuitive impressions, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I typically don't call myself a life coach though, because I feel like that has a stigma. Like I need life coaching. Can I get a life coach? You know what I mean? I call myself these days a vessel for hire. So like a conduit of info. Seriously.
I know, but you would call yourself something like that.
Yeah. That's good. Well, that's what it feels like to me because I don't define for people what it is that I'm interpreting it. I just get it and then I spit it out. But
yeah. Right. Okay. So we're not going to even talk about any world events right now, even though there's lots to cover because I hit Jenny with we got to do readings for all the 12 signs. So we are going to keep it to the readings. And I do have a couple charts to do that I already picked. So from other shows that I was watching before I was getting on here. Also, and just because Jay Snip, which I'm sure everybody knows him, I don't even know his channel's name. I watch it all the time, but I don't know.
Oh my God, I had a dream about Jay Snip like 3 weeks ago.
Tell me what it was. Did it have to do with treasures?
Well, it was so long ago now that I'm having a really hard time remembering details, but I did leave a comment on a video on his channel telling him that I had a dream about him and I got no response.
I think he gets a lot of, a lot. So The Realist News is his channel. So make sure everybody checks it out. I'm sure most of you are already subscribed. A lot of you probably have came over from there with Cliff High and them. So I actually sent him a set of divination rods, and I'm not going to get into the story and why, but I did a reading for him and he just gave me a shout out. So I'm going to explain because just in case people are like, oh, how do we order those rods? These are the rods. My dad actually sells them. You can go to my website, oneofakindbyheidi.org, and there's not much on it. You can't miss it. If you go to contact Heidi, I have instructions. You email my dad, Bill, BILL at pagosiexcavation.com. I'll stick it in the chat. But these are dowsing rods, divination rods. They're not Ouija boards like people think, okay? These you can actually find water with these, wells with these. They pick up some sort of frequency. I found a cat with these, okay? So it's not what people think. Now, I was abusing them, not gonna lie. And I will come to terms with this because they started messing with me. So I was asking questions I probably shouldn't have asked them too many times, when we would play around. So if you have these and you order a set of these, I'm just gonna give you some quick advice. every time you ask a question for the day, make sure you're always asking, show me a yes, show me a no. Because mine change now on a daily basis. Some days they go backwards, some days they go forward. So, and they probably needed to do that just to teach me a lesson. Okay. So
tarot will do its own version of that too, by the way. So your rods will be just like kind of have enough of you, or at least reflect that frustration. Because all it is it's mirroring back to you your energy. You know what I mean? It doesn't have a mind of its own. It's not an entity. They're objects. But we definitely, my tarot cards will also reflect to me my frustration, my confusion, my anxieties. So you can misuse these things at times, folks.
You can.
Moderation is key, I think.
Yeah. And with astrology, I think that's kind of, so, you know, with what happens to me is when I study my chart too much, I will just like, you know, not be able to focus. So, because you can't really, you're not talking to like, you know, mystical spirits over here with astrology. You're reading numbers and stuff like that. So I brought this up. I did a show Monday, 2 days ago, and I showed real quick, and I just want everybody to see, and I'm going to go watch, please make sure you go watch it. Because at the beginning of it, I discuss how Jupiter is going to be going into Scorpio. Okay. It did. So, and it's funny because I was watching this guy, Joe ex-Army, and I like him. I like watching him. And he did a podcast a while back about the Phoenix rising. Then I just heard from the Leo King, the Phoenix rising is actually the sign of Scorpio. On 10/9/2018, Jupiter, yes, finally went into Scorpio. Western astrology, they say it's been there. It's not been there.
Wait, what did you say about the Phoenix?
So the Phoenix rising, and the Phoenix is Scorpio. Like that is one of the symbols. I heard the Leo King, who I follow and watch. He's one of my favorite Western astrologers. And he was like, you know, he wasn't even talking about the subject. And he said the Phoenix rising, his last podcast he just did, something about the Phoenix rising and something about Scorpio. And that is the exact picture on the, I wish I could show you. I'm never going to be able to find it and pull it up right now. But it's actually what was on some news, some journalist talking about money, financial journalist. If somebody knows, put it in here because somebody knows what I'm talking about. And they were doing predictions how the money is going to collapse, how the money is going to collapse this year. And basically they predicted this many years ago. And it's actually the Phoenix rising symbol with a coin on it around the neck, and the actual money at the bottom burning. Okay.
Wow.
So, and it's pretty, let me show.
That's amazing. Really.
Yeah, I know. So, and it's funny because guess what? Jupiter just went into Scorpio 10/9/2018. It's almost like they were using that as like a symbol, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So once again, there's just my little, you know, for me, all I need to see is that you can see it in my apps. Like I like to see what I believe what I can see. So when I see Jupiter's in Scorpio, just yesterday, that's what it is. Now, is it going to take a little time for cryptos and everything to take off? Yeah, because this doesn't happen overnight. This isn't like Jupiter's into Scorpio, everybody's bank accounts get larger, okay? It takes time, all right? It takes, you know, a couple weeks. And also Venus is retrograde. When Venus is retrograde, it really does things funny to money. So, you know, until that's settled, it's not going to be 100% normal. So, you know, that's the ups and downs. But overall, you will see an increase, guarantee you, in cryptocurrencies. And possible, it is so possible that we will have a change of currency, because if I was studying the United States chart and everything, and it's really looking that way. Mm-hmm. So, but for everybody else, Jupiter being out of Libra is a lot better. Okay. So everybody's going to feel, you know, a little more, everybody's going to be like investigators. Now, depending on where this sits in your chart, that's how it matters. So whatever ascendant you are, you have to see where Scorpio is in your chart, and that's where it is. And then it's going to activate a house, and it's going to be like this for a year. I am so excited. I can't even explain to you. It's going to be great. So, and then after it goes into Sagittarius, you know, the following year, even better. Then it's even in a better spot. So it's only improving All right. So Jenny, do you have anything to make note of before we get moving?
Well, if it's enough for Heidi to get excited about, then you know that there's some weight to it, because she doesn't get excited about anything unless she is certain. So that's a good sign.
Thank you, Mike. That was very nice of you. Very nice of you. You did not have to do that. And we are amazingly funny and intelligent. Thanks. Alrighty. So we are going to do October readings for all the 12 signs. We'll start with that just because we don't want to make everybody wait for the charts.
Oh my God. And you guys were really going to try to keep it like down. Otherwise, seriously, we're just going to be here all night.
No, we're not. Jenny, we'll be good.
Wait, there was something I wanted to ask. So like if you could, okay, so we're talking Jupiter, we're talking Scorpio. So what I would like to do on my end here to make this like clear and practical and whatever, can you give me a facet of somebody's experience that would be affected by Jupiter and Scorpio? There's the bug.
I don't understand what you mean. Okay. So we're going to do a whole show on that when I go through it. How about today? Don't worry so much about the Jupiter and Scorpio. Let's just do all the signs for October.
Okay.
All right. Because it just shifted, and that will take a long time, because when we do that one, we'll do how we did the last one, and we'll go through the houses and then do readings. So that will be our next show.
Okay.
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 So for this show, we're just going to keep it simple. Like you can, I'm going to tell you what I think you should go by, but you go by whatever you want. If you don't know,
typically that's how we do it, is you look at what's coming up astrologically, and I look at that sort of counterpart. But I guess I wanted to like keep it like a theme. So I don't know, maybe I'll just do love. When I think of Scorpio, I think of like love and like sexual compatibility and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna do signs like love, sex, as opposed to like professional.
Okay, here, let me help you out, Jenny.
Okay.
So we know what a Scorpio is, right? It's hidden things. It's the 8th house. So everything that has to do with the 8th house in the natural zodiac sign. What is the 8th house? The 8th house is control, surrender, manipulation, affairs, occult, mafia. It's also investigations, affairs, obstacles with in-laws. So here think about things that most people don't want to talk about. Death.
Okay. Secret things. Shadow. Okay, so that's perfect. So we'll look at the shadow. We'll look at the shadow then. So that's what I'll do.
Jupiter. What's Jupiter? Jupiter's guru, knowledge, wisdom, money, expansion. It's also evolution, children, spiritual teachers, husbands, talent, fortune. Okay, so but it's not always great. Okay, so it is going to expose a lot of stuff. It's going to, do interesting things. All right. So I'm so excited because it's going to be so fun. Like for me, it's going to be fun because this is my ascendant. Okay. But I will say that.
Is that why you're in such a good mood?
Probably. Literally something changed. Yesterday, I'm a lot more optimistic. I had Jupiter in my 12th house prior because it goes around. And, it wasn't bad, but lots of isolation, lots of like being away from people. Like I just didn't want to it was a great year financially, but other than that, that's about it. Patience have been, but guys, let me just say this for everybody, just to sum up this year has been a shitstorm. Okay. I can't even explain it to you. We've had so many planets retrograde. We've had so many intense things in the sky. I mean, this year was a huge year of changes and feeling uncomfortable, and probably a lot of loss and a lot of endings and a lot of terminations, because things are, for new things to grow. And the biggest thing about Scorpio is transformation, which is why I love change so much. I always say, change it up. I love changing it up. Like change it on a daily basis. I love change. And that's what Scorpios are about. It's changing and transformation. Okay. So this is going to be like a whole belief system changes, and your beliefs will change. Money changes. Now, is it going to be good or bad? Who the hell knows? I mean, that changes in your chart, depends on where this lies in your chart. It's not like for every Scorpio rising, it's going to be a blast. For me, it's going to involve money because it's my Jupiter is in my second house. You have to see where Jupiter sits in your chart. Okay. So it's way more like tedious than that. But when we do these readings, okay, this is just for the rest of October. So there's not that many days left. Okay. And personally, I will say that I think you should go by your ascendant. Your ascendant is the most important part of your chart. That's why you need that time of birth. So if you know your ascendant, go by that. If you don't know your ascendant and you don't know what time you're born, go by your moon sign, or your sun sign is fine. If you don't know, go like this. Okay, today I'm going to be a Scorpio, and go by that, because this is so generic that it can lead like that. Like I do that all the time when I watch tarot readings, because my signs change. My rising sign, moon sign, and sun sign change both ways. So I kind of do that and just pick around what I feel like being. So that's what I suggest you do. All right, so let's start with Aries. Aries for the rest of October. What do they need to know?
Aries ascendants?
Well, whatever. Whoever the Aries energy. If you want to be an Aries ascendant, if you're an Aries moon, Aries sun sign, if you have 16 planets, there's no 16 planets. If all 7 planets are Aries, go with Aries. I don't know. If you're feeling like being an Aries today, go with Aries, okay?
Okay.
What do Aries need to know?
Aries shadow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to look at the shadow.
Well, you're looking shadowed over here with my cards. Okay. Okay, I think some Aries from my way can be worrying about infidelity. Maybe they're worrying about somebody's cheating. Maybe they're worried about like something that came out of a message or something, or communications. I would say that something needs to end, okay? Because we have the good old 10 of Swords, okay? So, but maybe it's you and all your speculations and what you're worrying about. And I don't know why this is coming up right now. Also, something maybe in 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 days, could really change. So I would say for you, stop worrying, because something's going on and it has to do with you. So, and your own speculations. Jenny, what do you have?
So I have the Queen of Cups and the Four of Cups. So we are looking at a very emotional shadow element, which I think has a lot to do with a kind of like an emotional stagnation, or an emotional, like there's just no growth there. There's an indifference to the Four of Cups. It's not caring, feeling lazy, feeling lethargic. The Queen of Cups really just kind of emphasizes that furthermore and embodies it into a female archetype. So this can have something to do with, feeling stuck creatively. The Four of Cups, there's really not much movement there. So as a shadow element of Aries, I would say that this is really about looking for something creative, looking for something that like ignites that Aries fire, that creative energy. Do you ever get like, are Aries even super emotional? I feel like all the Aries ascendants I know, they're secondary, like they're very intellectual, but the emotional thing is more like,
it's more it's Mars. So it's going to be more aggression. Mm-hmm. So Aries are going to snap, and they're going to snap like, accordingly. And I pulled this card for you too, the anxiety reversed. So this is just another trigger that I'm saying that it's the same thing. Like you're worrying, it's either about money, it's about something's going to improve. Okay. I'm telling you, it's finally relief. The nightmare of a card reverse could mean one of the two things. Either a recent problem is on its way out, causing you to feel more relaxed, or you have mastered an old habit of worry and have freed yourself from anxiety within. Either way, anxiety reversed is a good omen of more relaxed and peaceful times to come. Maintain a trusting attitude and let the difficulties and fear thoughts fade away into the distance. You know, it's funny. I don't read many Aries charts. Aries is my 6th house. And the Aries charts that I do read, they give me anxiety because they're like, tell me what I should be doing. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like, they're like more like they want quick fucking answers and they're not going to get the quick fucking answers. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the problem with Aries. Every Aries ascendant that I have or an Aries moon, I'm like, God damn it. I can't even like it almost, and it's my 6th house, the 6th house of enemies. So I don't really jive well with Aries. Okay. So for me,
that's why Heidi refutes my official birth time on my birthday.
Did you see why I was like, you're absolutely not an Aries?
Yeah, you guys. So it turns out I was born at 8:08 a.m.
instead of 8:05, and it changes Jenny's ascendant from a Pisces to an Aries. Okay, let's be honest. Does anybody see Jenny as an Aries ascendant? Absolutely not, because we wouldn't even be friends.
That's what Heidi said. She was like, no, this time is wrong because I would hate you. And you would be I was like, no, she was like, because I would hate you and you would be taller.
Yeah, right.
So I was literally like, but there's something to that. Your astrology, like it has a lot to do with your physical appearance as well. But I thought that was really, really funny. Heidi knows my chart better than I do.
Well, and there's so many things of you not being an Aries that there is. Like, you know, you're a Pisces rising, period. You're a Pisces rising, a sun in Pisces, and a Gemini moon. There's no change in that. I mean, I know that. I know, you know, trust me.
Trust me.
You are not an Aries. You're not. Like, I didn't even need to dissect it. Because here's the thing, because I had you in at 8:05 and then it was 8:08. So if the clocks were off in the hospital, it literally changed it. It changed your time by that. So even if the clocks were wrong, if somebody didn't report it right, say that you were born and then it was like 8:08 and they were like, oh shit, you know, we got to put 8:08, you know? No. And guys, this is why astrology is so important or your time is so important. Like I said in my show I did yesterday, if I was a Libra ascendant, my life path would be totally different. Totally different. Like if I was born 2 hours earlier, an hour and a half earlier, I would probably have voted for Hillary Clinton.
Oh my God.
Believe it or not. Isn't that crazy?
Me.
I know. Oh my God. I cracked myself.
We're like, let's keep it down to 2 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry.
We go off on a tangent as soon as we finish Aries.
And like, you know, there's so many tarot readers and stuff that I watch that like I love watching Tyler's tarot and he's an Aries, right? So he thinks, but I already know, I swear I have him pinned down, right? Now he might be an Aries sun. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get along with an Aries sun. That's not necessarily correct, but it means an Aries rising sign is not going to be like, it's not going to be my cup of tea.
Right.
I don't know why my chat's not scrolling. So let me just, all right. So next, Taurus.
I love you guys in the comments. You guys are we're just we got a really good group of people. I was talking to a client today and I was like, she'd been following the show. I thought I'd already had a reading with her before because as soon as we started talking, I was like, I know this person, right? Have we talked before? But she's like, no, we've been watching the show, you and Heidi, and it feels like what we have is a community of people. Yeah. Like it's grown into just like a big group of people that are awesome and everything.
Wait, Jenny, Jay Snip's in the chat and he said, Jay Snip, I brought you up earlier. And Jenny, you were in Jenny's dream. Yes. Jenny, Jay Snip said, yes. He asked, I was in somebody's dream and I said, was it about treasure hunting?
Were there treasures involved? No, it's so weird because I want to say there was public transport involved. Like we were riding somewhere on a bus or something.
Tell me something else about that.
I don't know. Like what? So Jason, if I'm going to tell you, like, I think you're really nice. Like when I met you in my dream, you were really very nice and friendly. So, maybe I'm totally off. I don't know. But.
No, he is nice. He's a nice guy. Jay Snip, he's a Scorpio rising too. So he's in for some good times as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
But other than that, I really don't remember much else. All I know is that I woke up and I was like, I don't even know this guy's real name, but he goes by J Snip, and I just had a dream about him. So then I said something, but I got nervous.
Hey, maybe you can pull after we get off here. I want you to pull a card for him or something, because some interesting things he's working on. Okay, Taurus rising, Taurus moon, Taurus sun. If you don't know what to be, rewind to what I just said, and if you're new, just pop it in here. So Taurus.
The chat is so awesome tonight. You guys are amazing. Like, thank you for all being here. Listen to me talking like it's my channel.
It basically is. We have a lot of people watching too.
I haven't done a show on my own channel in over 2 months.
All right, Taurus.
It's a disaster.
Taurus, some Tauruses can be dealing with a pregnancy. Somebody you know could be getting pregnant. Also, some Tauruses can have some unhealthy patterns, okay? Addictions you need to get rid of. Good karma, luck with riches. So I'm also pulling that. I will say that I think, you know, some Tauruses, I'm going to pull a couple different messages so you can, you know, take what you want.
Someone said, I dream of J Snip also. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Taurus, though, Queen of Swords reversed. We have the moon reversed. We have the Three of Wands reversed. So I will say something looks a little funny. So hope you aren't doing something on the side, because be careful. Somebody could be pregnant. So I'm just bringing that up. I hate to say it, but it's true. But at the end, I will say too, something's going to come in fast and quick. Some October message. This is October, just October. So you're going to hear about something quick, fast, that, you know, you hear about that might not make you too happy. Okay. But money, karma, good luck. Somebody could maybe hit, you know, I don't want to say hit the lottery, but something could hit financially too for Taurus. Taurus, the money looks good for October.
So I want to be working with the shadow element of all of these signs tonight. Can you guys hear me? I have a microphone. Does this make my voice sound clearer? I'm going to start doing ASMR videos. Should I? I'm gonna.
Some Tauruses need a new job too, okay? And I will say, God, something's going to happen on November 11th. Fuck, I just know it. Go ahead, keep going.
How is that? What are you even talking about?
I'm just totally talking about something else that some message keeps popping up to me. Like, it's crazy. Go ahead.
Okay.
So we're going to be here all night.
No, I know. Okay, so all right. So what I have, for Taurus, I'm working with the shadow elements, but it's funny because I get the Prince of Discs, and if you guys can see, it's literally, this is like this, it's the bowl. All right. So this is just like, to me, this speaks to a reinforcement of your natural archetype. So I actually see you as feeling quite at home this month, like more of yourself, deeper expression of who you are, and feeling like you're jiving real good. Like you have freedom to be yourself. But then I have next to you, I have the Devil. Okay. So shadow element it's really easy to pull that out of the Devil card. But typically I would say that this is about your knee-jerk reactions, your instincts, your vices, kind of all of those more simple, sort of more subtle things that ultimately end up controlling you. You seem like day to day, they're not that big of a deal, but in hindsight, they were the biggest controlling aspects of all. So, I mean, to me, it looks like actually a comfortable place for Taurus to be this month. Because this guy right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. My light is so bright. Yeah. But look at him. Look how happy he is. He's sitting on his oscillating chariot here. Naked. He's butt naked.
Tauruses are going to have like money, desire. Don't overspend. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. All right. Next. Oh, wait. Let me pull you one of these real quick. Look, some Tauruses are dealing with love, relationships. All right. And maybe some hostilities. Okay. So next is Gemini. Gemini rising, Gemini moon, Gemini sun. whatever you want to be. If you want to be a Gemini today, be a Gemini.
Does Jenny see babies or side pieces? For Taurus?
I don't know, but I saw babies. That pregnancy card came up like 5 times.
Shit. Well, I'll tell you, the devil is bondage, among other things. So these are biological bondages as well. Getting someone pregnant, bam. If they choose to go through with it, you're pretty much bound to that person.
And like I said, if you were a Taurus that was cheating, you may have got somebody knocked up. So,
oh my gosh. I'm
just being honest. Or you could be knocked up by somebody that's not the person you're with.
Wow.
I know. Sorry, but
we cut right to the like.
We're not playing games.
Jeez Louise, it's like everybody's freaking nightmare. Okay, so I can't even think of like
Geminis.
I
think I'm missing cards out of this deck. But
someone said I'm not a Taurus, but it sounds like me. The occult corner. That's great.
All right.
Ruh-roh.
Geminis.
Oh my gosh, this is insane. Okay.
Oh my. Well, Geminis, you're going to have an interesting October. I would say this is a good one. You know, it's funny. Gemini's my 8th house, right? So, and you would think I would hate Geminis, but since my 8th house is like a good house for Scorpios, all my friends are Geminis. Like, I love Geminis. Put me in a room of Geminis and they're like, I just love being around Geminis. So I will say, you guys are a little guarded. Okay. You're feeling a little impatient. I would say you need to be patient, because if you're working or manifesting something, you have the Magician. And when I think of everybody's like, when I see the Magician, I think of Geminis, other signs too, but Geminis are extremely, extremely great channelers. I mean, Geminis don't realize how psychic and what they can do. It's kind of crazy. So if you're working on something like that, I would say, but there is some sort of a shakeup and an ending. Okay. So if it's a woman, maybe, you know, once again, there could be some sort of fire sign that needs to roll out that you need to kick to the curb.
I have a fire sign too that
came up.
I do. The Prince of Wands. He actually does have the potential to be very problematic. The Prince of Wands. He's very flamboyant. He usually has like a big mouth, very Leo energy.
Right.
Difficult personality sometimes. Very creative, very determined. Usually they're really, really good leaders, but they become tyrants really easily. See, what I have here, by the way, I have 2 very conflicting archetypes in the Prince of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So if we're talking about relationships, or we're talking about people, we're talking about 2 people that are either in a relationship or in some kind of a partnership dynamic. Maybe you work together, maybe you're friends, maybe you're neighbors, but right now you're not agreeing on something. It's fire and water. But it's actually a really positive message, because I have the Lust card, also known as Strength. So my deck, it's known as Lust, but it's not actually a lustful sexual card necessarily, as much as it is about the creative, the sort of feminine side of creativity and really creative solutions, and finding common ground, finding a way to, because traditionally this card is Strength, not Lust. And I like it better as Strength, to be honest with you, because this is really about having strength to overcome differences. And that's what we're looking at here. That's how this is applied to these 2 court cards, because they conflict very much so.
Geminis, definitely some abundance, unexpected joy, inheritances, money. Some of you can come into some money too. Here's the deal though. 3 of Cups reversed. So what Jenny was saying, some Geminis are probably, you know, gallivanting around doing things they probably shouldn't be doing. You know, a couple parties involved. I see that. But
well, what this really looks like, I will tell you though, that the 2 conflicting archetypes in the Queen of Cups and the Prince of Wands, sometimes that is about people that have some kind of a rocky past or rocky situation that they're in the middle of, because they're so different. They're on 2 completely different pages. but there's love there. And I feel that way because of the presence of the Strength card, which is really about overcoming it, because ultimately you want that. And I know how these work, like these readings. Whoever is hearing the message right now is getting the message. So it's not up to us to make sense of it. Right. You guys are here now, you're listening to it, and in the future, people listen to it. It's just, that's how the universe works. It's divine timing. I really believe that.
Yeah. Cornucopia reverse, Gemini. So the cornucopia reverse is a card of personal frustration. You can feel discouraged by having your wishes denied, or perhaps disappointed with the delays involved. Don't be too disheartened. If obstacles seem to block in your way, it may simply take some patience. And you did have the Temperance card. Yes. It may require radical shifts in how you're approaching your goals. This card reverse may indicate a cycle of restriction or a period of lack of or loss. Don't let it deter you. Use this time to go deeper. There may be a lesson to learn or an entirely new direction to take. Be open, flexible, and aware. Remember, there are many roads to happiness. Geminis are creators, and they just dive into things, so sometimes they can get frustrated depending on, or people can get frustrated with them because they can be all over the place a little bit because they're so creative. Okay. So next will be, do we have anything else to say, Geminis? No, we're only on sign 3. All right. So, all right. Cancers, Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancers.
Oh, is it? It's the Kavita ginger kombucha. It's my favorite. Oh God, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. But this is my favorite brand of kombucha.
I'm drinking sparkling ice water.
Oh,
That's good. Yeah.
It's so
plastic
great.
bottle. Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead, guys. Go get it. Go get yourself a pack.
Go get some sparkling ice from Safeway.
Love it.
Yeah.
I miss Safeway. We have Publix. Very, very overpriced.
All right. So.
All right.
Cancers. We're only on Cancer. All right. Cancer. What do Cancers need to know? That looks like a corona.
It kind of does.
Yeah. All right. Cancers. What do Cancers need to know? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Well, let's not get too crazy here.
Come on, be positive for the people.
Just kidding. Yeah, just kidding. Okay, Cancers. Some Cancers, we have the Lovers. That's the first one, but it's upright. So when Heidi has it upright, that's good. The Fool. Do you have a Queen of Wands reversed? We also have a Chariot reversed. So, and the 5 of Wands reversed. So, I think some Cancers actually, hold that thought.
Hold that thought. No, I really can't with the comments. You guys are so funny tonight, extra funny.
Some Cancers are being deceptive. Definitely some arguments, fights, and battles. Okay.
Super dicey.
Right. Super dicey. But good luck with karma and riches. Okay. So Cancers are going through a radical shift right now. They're still dealing with this fierce, intense energy of Rahu and Ketu being in their 1st and 7th house. If you're a Cancer rising sign. Okay. So if you're a Cancer moon, not Cancer sun. If you're a Cancer rising sign or a Cancer moon sign, you're having extreme shifts. Cancer moons can even be health stuff. You can feel like a schizophrenic at this point of your life right now. Very moody, very crazy, really on edge. Some can actually just be sick, deal with health stuff. All right. And then some could be dealing with relationships. Some could be dealing with, now, if Rahu's working out nice for you, you could be starting some really awesome things, entrepreneur, or ending relationships, cheating, ending a relationship for another thing. I mean, I'm just being honest. Somebody could be cheating in the relationship, but it's for the best.
It's Heidi, I swear to God, Heidi's thing is you're getting cheated on. You're totally getting cheated on. Somebody
could be cheating. I'm just being honest. Or you.
It's so funny. It's always no, because you know what? You're
what?
Freaking right. You're freaking right. And
what did you pull?
Well, no, so I don't have cheating. I actually have some happy things, some happy news that I'm happy to give. I have the 8 of Discs, which is the sun in Virgo, which is, I think, a great thing. And then I have the
It's work. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then I have the Ace of Swords, which is being like super, super focused on it and cutting away everything that is excess, everything that gets in the way, like all kinds of clutter and things like that. So if this is about work and this is about like a new project or a new schedule or new regimen, the Ace of Swords evokes discipline. Like, do it. Do the thing that's hard because it'll be worth it. The Eight of Discs is really putting in the work, putting in the hours, putting in the effort. And it's very much about strategy, discipline, time management, budgeting, that sort of thing. So that's why I really, really like this, because this is like an invitation to like get these aspects of your life on track. The Eight of Discs is that card for me. Like, get it on track, figure it out, like watch your money, watch your time, check how often you're using social media, check how often you're, goofing off. And the Ace of Swords is like, just do it. Just freaking do it.
Well, and I'll give you an example. My sister is a Cancer rising, double Cancer, moon in the first house. She's starting in Pittsburgh. She's opening up a coffee brand and a shop with her husband. Okay. So it's like a lot of Cancers are really, doing marvelous things because Rahu's given them opportunities. Rahu gives opportunity, but it gives it with a price. It's never easy. Starting her own business isn't easy, but she's doing this and she's starting her own coffee brand. She's putting freaking hearts and shit in the cappuccinos or whatever and the lattes. Like, yeah, like it's nuts. Like they're going to be distributing coffee. Okay. So, that's huge. Like that's a big change, a big shift. So some Cancers are going to be doing stuff like that. It's not all negative, but
no, it's definitely good. It's definitely good. I liked the cards that I pulled.
Yes.
So who's next?
Leos. Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon.
Ooh, jumpers. I love jumpers.
God, how do you have the same fucking cards as the Aries?
Go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Oh, Lord mercy. All right. So I have the Star and Adjustment. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Thoth deck or Thoth, whatever you like, Hermes, Trismegistus, this is the Adjustment / Law card. You can see my notes. I scribble all over my cards all the time. It's so rookie, but that's why I love these cards. They're so one of a kind. This is actually a really, really potent combination. So whenever these two cards get together, we're looking at some kind of a reckoning. Like 100%, this looks like a reckoning to me because the Star is all about things that we at one point in our lives dreamed about or envisioned or imagined. And those kind of unseen mechanics that are always working, regardless of whether or not we think they're working, there's always mechanics at work. The universe is very busy, busy, busy. And then the Law card really speaks to time as being an equalizer. The Star card is also a card of time and sort of prolonged issues. So when it comes to time, this is about like way in the future. But the Law card is really about justice and really about balance. So this looks like something that it has been a long time coming, some kind of clarity, some kind of, if you've been studying for school, this looks like it's going to pay off with a job. Or if there's a lawsuit, this is also like, okay, be patient. This, it looks like it'll be good. You'll have some unexpected assistance, unexpected support, that sort of thing. But the Star does tell us to be patient because it is about time.
I have the patience too. Okay. So what Jenny said, support at work. Absolutely. You will have support at work. And I think maybe opportunities, like new opportunities to do something new. Okay. Some may be dealing with a thief, feel like something was taken from you. Some may be feeling like, I'm going to tell you, somebody has some addictions. There's some unhealthy patterns. Maybe it's how you are in relationships, how you are with yourself. Some Leos, Leos Leo's, I mean, my son's Leo. Like I have 2 planets in my 10th house. And I'm going to tell you, like, I like people to like me, you know? I don't care if you don't, but it's like, if you don't like me, I'm annoyed, you know? I'm like, whatever, fuck them. So Leos take things personally sometimes, you know, especially in work when it comes
to,
yeah, right. And they're very like loyal and they're very, so like if they have a great idea, because they're so creative, it's like, and people don't like their idea, they're like offended, you know? So some Leos are going through some sadness. I'm going to say in 8 months, 8 days, 8 weeks, be patient because something good's going to come. I have the temperance too.
Thank you guys. I sneezed and they said, bless you.
And if you had a bad breakup, it's going to be fine. The strength card. So for the breakups, I have people that had breakups, the strength. Okay. The people that are always single, that's because you have unhealthy patterns. So if you keep having the same run-ins, it's because you have shitty patterns that you need to address with yourself. Okay. And then things will change. But take advantage of the work stuff because the work thing could be really nice. All right. Work thing could be nice.
Who's next?
Hold on. I'm going to read you this because it is 5 too. Attachment reversed. This is going to, and you know what? Rahu's in your 12th cleaning house. So we're moving. This card reverse is a wonderful indication that a negative pattern, relationship, or desperate attitude is being released. As you continue to let go, you will be able to establish new ways of doing things relating to others. The universe wants to congratulate you on your healthy new approach, but be sure to support your changes you're making in an ongoing choices. Some patterns can be deeply encoded, and you may need to continue releasing old habits. See, and that's what I said. It's once again in the oracle cards, the same freaking message. You've broken the chains, and now you can walk away from the limiting attachments into a bright and unlimited future using that creativity that you have.
I also want to say, I feel like I need to add, sometimes the star card indicates somebody that has either an undiagnosed or a diagnosed mental disorder. So if the star has come up to reflect toxic people in your life, like specifically toxic people that are like obsessed with you, because the star card is about obsession sometimes, overthinking something, being codependent, any kind of an addiction, that sort of thing. It's a very psychic energy associated with the star card. So, you know, and next to the law card, you know, that really shows us, you know, we're going to look at something from a very sober point of view, be really honest about this person and whatnot.
Yeah. And you know what? That's when you said that, a lot of Leos get dependent on relationships. Like I've noticed that.
Did you see that stupid comment?
I saw Heidi's the school teacher and that was, yeah, I saw that.
I take it back. That's not a stupid.
Don't think we're not watching this shit, guys.
Yeah, there is nothing we don't see.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And guess what? My favorite thing to do is watch, you know how like when I go to sleep, that's when everybody gets, when I watch the live chats after, that's when people get promoted to moderators, when I like their comments.
Because she looks at everything. She's like, who's saying what? Who's
saying what? Is this person worthy of? It's almost like if you're not a moderator, you're doing something wrong on my channel. Because I don't know, or you're just new, and I haven't saw something you said yet. So
no, it's really really funny though. Even the silly the silly comments like that. It's really really funny. It really is. I don't like to complain.
Okay, next. Virgos.
I don't think that would be the roles, by the way. I have to disagree with that.
Yeah. You know what's really funny though? I have not changed my last name after I got divorced for one reason. Because I used to say, no, I like Heidi Vandenberg. It sounds like a mean school teacher. I swear to God, I used to say that. So I'm glad you recognize that because that's what I was hoping for, actually. I
can see that. No, honestly, I can see that for you, but I'm not.
And you know what's another really funny thing? And this is my moon in the 5th house. Moon in the 5th house in Pisces. I used to want to be a freaking teacher. Now I can't stand being around kids, but that's because the kids have changed, you know? But when I was a young kid, I had chalkboards and I would be like, when I would play things, I played bar, okay? Because I had a bar in my basement. We played bar. And we played pool, and I played having a business because I had cash registers and money. So fake money. That's what I did. I didn't do dolls.
I played psychic games. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I would literally like stretch my mind and challenge myself. So.
Heidi's more single than you even know what single means. I'm about the most single
Oh my God.
that has ever walked the face of the earth. Okay. I mean, I'm so single. Just call me borderline.
Oh my God.
Might as well just say I'm like the new evolved nun, but not really a nun because we know they're all pedophiles and blah, blah, blah. So be careful what we say here. You know, minus that part. That's
I never thought it, you know, actually, I'm not that surprised, but it's true. Most of the abusive, a lot of these abusive folks in the clergy, they all have this guise of being holy or being pious, and really they're the worst offenders. I'm thrilled that it's all coming to light, but it's very disheartening when you see how bad it's really been.
Yeah, how about they found, look at us, see what happens if you watch our show. Like, you totally might get to, like, we were on the target of readings, now we're talking about pedophiles.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but seriously, did you see they found all those kids in Michigan?
Yes. Yep. I saw that.
Talk about that. You know, I found that J-snip.
They're going to give the kids back to like DCF and Child Protective Services. And I'm like, no. I mean, I know when there's so many kids, like, what do you do? There need to be avenues established to deal with that exact scenario, because moving forward, I think we're going to see a lot more of that, a lot more busts where there's all these kids that have been missing. And it's like, holy crap, what do we do? So they're just getting funneled back into a corrupt system. I think it's effing ridiculous. It's insanity.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need help. We need the superheroes. We need the Marvel Avengers, or somebody needs to come start smashing skulls.
All right, Virgos, maybe it's you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, Virgos crack me up. I think I'm going to change back into a Virgo, because that's what I'm supposed to be as a Virgo. And I'm not at all.
I'm supposed to be an Aries.
I'm so not a Virgo. I don't even take notes. Okay. Tell me one Virgo that doesn't take notes. Me. Like, I take mental notes. I don't use calendars. Like, I'm the worst.
Oh God.
I don't write lists. Actually, I hate lists because my mom used to write me lists when I woke up in the morning. So I hate lists.
Funny.
All right, Virgos, what do you need to hear for October? And if you saw how things were hung at my house, you would very well know I'm not a Virgo. And I don't like to walk outside without shoes on. Yeah.
Why? Because Virgo Earth.
Yeah.
Virgo.
Yeah, it's so earthy. And and that's, like, here comes the debilitated Venus in Virgo. That's what I have. Oh my Virgo turns materialistic. All right, Virgos.
Wow. So I have something to say.
Damn, Virgos. Rough October.
Again, you guys, seriously, again, this is not a blanket reading. Like, whoever is hearing this is what you need to hear. Okay. So Virgos, I have the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the Knight of Discs. Now, to me, this has all over it the end, but an end that you've been wishing for and hoping for and needed for a very, very long time. And it seems like a very positive ending.
Yep.
And it doesn't even look like it's all that destructive. Okay. 10 of Swords is not necessarily bombs and bloodshed and drama. Sometimes it's about having a completely new take on life, a completely new mindset. And when you pair that with the 9 of Cups, this is actually like getting your wish. This is known as the wish card. Okay. The 9 of Cups. So, this is really about getting what you want. And sometimes what you want is a definitive end or something that completely changes, letting go of something. And the Knight of Discs indicates if this is about a relationship, this is about either the brother figure, the father figure, the husband figure, definitely somebody who's more family oriented, practical, someone you work with, someone you trust. So, I mean, you have to be able to apply this. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be a difficult family member, a difficult coworker, but that change that you wish to see in the 10 of Swords, that ending, that letting go, that turning of the page that wish will ultimately be granted, because that's what the 9 of Cups is. That's getting your wish.
And he's so sun reverse 3, and you're talking about work. This is all work too. This is reversed. Work card reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. There are endings falling out of the sky here for you. Okay, I'm talking about. I can't even explain to you how many endings. Think about what can end in your life, Virgo. Whatever you're thinking about needs to end. It's got to go. And then, but here's the card I pulled after is the Fool. New beginnings. I like the Fool. It's a good card. Okay. Some people literally might have dealt with somebody that died. Okay. Mm-hmm. Also, work. Some people need new jobs. Hands down. You can try to sit in your job and be miserable and sit there and, you know, run your little numbers and stay because you feel comfortable. But some Virgos need out because it's really, I think it's affecting your health. A lot of Virgos could be dealing with health problems right now. So your health will improve. Okay. Some Virgos need to change their diet, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to be positive. This is just October. Relax. Okay. So because Virgos worry because all the Virgos are probably freaking out right now. But look, this is going to be October.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a shakeup. Like if you are a Virgo ascendant, a Virgo moon, or a Virgo sun, and you're like, should I get a new job? Yes. Should I leave this guy? Yes. Should I leave this girl? Yes.
You know, it's funny too. The 10 of Swords coming up. It's 10-10. So whenever we have whenever we have these repeating numbers, we're talking about, you know, just a kind of a layering of significance with the overall message of that number, the symbolic resonance of that number. And 10 really is about completion. It's attainment. It's things. It's like, okay, we've come this far. We've fulfilled our soul contracts to one another, whatever the case may be. We've lived in this location long enough. We've been in this relationship long enough. We've been paying this bill long enough. Whether it be a home or an asset or a partner, any of those things, the 10 really allows us to break that away from that and call it, you know, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. It's a good thing. It's a positive thing. It's not an unexpected, unforeseen, you know, problem that you weren't prepared for, you know? So there's a big difference.
And look, some of you are in some shitty like you're hanging out around some bad people. Get new friends too. Somebody else I forgot, like friends. I new friends. Okay? Yeah. New friends. You are hanging around some negative Nancy's, some fools that are not bringing you up. They're taking you down. They're taking you down to Chinatown. It's not good.
Taking you down to Chinatown.
All right. Because then you'll be on a temple path. Then you'll be in your right path, the 12. Okay. So trust me, you will be in the right direction. Virgos try to fucking fix everything. Okay. They think they can fix their bad jobs. They think they can fix their bad friends. They think they can fix their bad marriages, their husbands, their wives. Let me tell you, you can't fix it all. Sometimes you just got to delete things. And Virgos don't like to do that. They'd rather they are the most intense people that would rather die trying than actually just saying, screw it. Nah. They think they can fix it.
There's all right. Beauty. I think there's a real beauty in that.
Yeah. I wish I was a Virgo. They are interesting.
All right. Who's after
Libra? We're gonna be here all night. You know what you said? You know what you said that totally jinxed us?
What?
We're gonna keep these short tonight. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's like the first thing Jenny says.
And then I'm the one that ends up carrying it on. It's like, oh my God.
Just so you know too, so Libras are next. Tomorrow, Kasana T is coming on. We're doing the next nakshatras. So we're doing 9 through 27, or no, 10 through, I don't know, the second group. We're doing it. So for all the people that asked. Okay, Libras. Libra rising.
It's better than to ask me to sit down for 27 motherfucking nakshatras. It'll never happen again. I walked out halfway. I was like, all right.
She's like, I gotta go walk the dog.
Yeah, I'm like, leaves. No, I was
like, walks the dog during our show. It leaves me hanging there with the wolf. What is Heidi? Heidi is Scorpio rising, a Pisces moon, and a Leo sun. Believe it or not, I'm actually nice. Pisces moon, a little emotional. Would you believe it?
Little.
It's just covered. It's a facade. It's covered by my big, bold Scorpio head. All right. So.
The stinger.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Libra, your favorite.
Libras drive me nuts, actually.
It's so funny to me.
God, they drive me nuts. I hate doing their readings. I'm not gonna. Libra readings drive me crazy. And actually, that's one of the. I shouldn't have said that because the person we're about to do, his chart, the one I picked from Jay Snip's show, he's a Libra rising.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
But you know what? I have to like him because Saturn's in Libra for me. So like I have to, it's this like, damn.
Oh gosh.
All right, Libra.
Triggers of the signs. All right. What do you have?
Ooh. Ooh.
It's not scary. This is not about scariness. This is about,
No, and it's just a couple days. So we're just so, we're making things sound so crazy, but it's just for October.
I love all the comments about Franz Barden and initiation into Hermetics. Apparently, because of that video on LP, on Leak Project that I got to do like 2 years ago now, a ton of people have bought that book. And that really, really excites me on so many levels because Franz is a personal like mentor and hero of mine. He's long since passed, obviously. But I feel like I did his spirit and his work a little bit of justice because I sent a lot of people in his direction and a lot of people purchased that book and looked at his works. So I'm just like really so satisfied and excited by that. Like I just had to put that out there. So thank you guys for looking into that material because it truly is one of a kind. All right, sorry.
So some Libras, okay, Libras. First card is money, which is going to be good. Some Libras are going to have money coming in. If you're spending too much money on somebody or something, you better relax with that, okay? Because I would say a lot of people are dealing with an ending. Relationships, Libras, and which makes sense. And then I picked the broken heart and the storm warning. So if you had a really rough breakup, broken heart, you feel ruined, the storm is going away. Okay, so if it's, and this card, it looks like females more so, Libra females. But maybe you need to get a new job. Maybe you need to learn a new skill, take on a new hobby, to go ahead. I'll chime in a bit.
Okay. So this is cool. I actually have the Ace of Cups, the Princess of Discs, and the Magus or the Magician, known in other decks. I really like this, but what you said about spending money on somebody, I could kind of see that here. The Princess of Discs as a person, she can be a very, very materialistic woman. She can be a high maintenance woman. She can be young. So she has, ideas, expensive hobbies, expensive interests, that sort of thing. The Magician, this is craftsmen, skilled people, businessmen, lawyers, doctors, people that have money to spend or people that are otherwise very resourceful and have things to give, things to offer. And then the Ace of Cups obviously is about emotional beginnings, emotional renewal, feeling strongly for somebody. So while this does look really, really good, this looks like a new relationship, a new working relationship, a new kind of affection with a very specific kind of person. Because the Princess of Discs can also be a male too. Okay, it just can be. It's a different kind of expression in a male person. However, but if that's, go ahead.
Because I was shuffling.
Okay.
All 3 love cards reversed in this deck. And these Oracle deck, I mean, there's only 4 of them in here. Door to Romance reversed, Angel of Love, Karen. From my end, you're never going to get you're not always going to get the same message from Jenny and I either. Some Libras are going to hear a nicer message from Jenny, and some are going to hear not so nice of a message from Heidi. maybe, or vice versa, you know, so it's not going to always be the same. Sorry, Jenny.
That's
Go ahead.
okay. It really is like she said, you know, Heidi and I often look at different aspects of the same chart or the same, you know, client or whatever the case may be, the same reading here. But to me, it doesn't look bad. It actually looks really, really good. The warning, if there is any, because again, you guys, I was trying to focus on the shadow aspect. Sometimes the Princess of Discs can be somebody that is very concerned with the home, decor. Sometimes they spend too much money because they like comfort, they like luxuries, that sort of thing. But yeah. I mean, I don't really want to dig for any negative connotations here because it looks good. And I'm happy to give you guys good news. I really am.
And some Libras have the Ace of Cups and the Magician. So
that's exactly what I got. The Ace of Cups and the Magician.
So, some are having a rocky October, but some are going to have some good things. Some might have a mixed bag.
Hey, I like those.
You know, you just know. Okay. Scorpio. Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, Scorpio sun. I'll sit this one out.
Oh, God.
No, I'm kidding. This is relating to me too. Oh, and I look at the tower. Oh, God.
Oh, that sucks.
Just kidding, guys. It was a false alarm. It didn't come out. False alarm. Scorpio. Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, Scorpio sun.
Oh gosh, my deck is not happy.
Oh, just the same. What? Oh
wow.
My freaking God! You have got to be shitting me. Wow, guys, we got the death card.
Oh, fantastic!
Oh my God! Why didn't I sit this one out? Oh. Okay, mine's real simple.
Mine sucks.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, mine sucks too. But here's the key. We're used to that. Don't worry. All right. Death card reversed. So if you think something's going to change that you're having these expectations for, it's not. That person, that thing is still going to make you miserable. Okay. Also, there are all these things, bad jobs. Just like the Virgos, same thing. It's like shit needs to change. Okay. Like all these reverse. The Hermit reverse, the Page of Cups reverse, the Knight of Cups reverse, the King of Pentacles reverse, Death, the 10 of Cups reverse. I mean, it can't be any more reverse, but that's how we roll. But on the positive side, we transform and then we're the sun. Okay. So this is going to be a month for us, like usual, where we're cleaning house. Okay. So we know this, we know. And sometimes we're hanging on to things that we think, I don't know for what reason. But get rid of it because, it's true. This is so spot on.
I love it. So are you ready to hear what I got?
Yeah.
The Tower. The Ace of Cups. And the Star.
Wedding now.
Yeah. So, okay. I mean, listen. The Tower has this really bad rep, okay? It's really not all about, horrible things and death and destruction, but it is about things not going according to plan. And it's definitely about a kind of destruction. What is it? You're dying to say something.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting like hot flashes because I did a reading from myself a few weeks ago. And I kept getting these cards that I need to travel. Do not travel. You need to relocate. And you are in danger. Okay. I kept getting them from myself. So with that said, I'm going to strongly suggest that Scorpio risings, Scorpio moon, Scorpio suns stay off the planes. There is a reason why I investigated those plane crashes. Guarantee you.
Wow.
And I you know what? That's my message. That's it. Sorry. And I don't mean to scare you, but it's just what I feel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying don't drive, but car accidents. I mean, I'm talking about more like planes.
Okay. Yeah. I really want to paint this in the best possible light because the Tower is next to some cards that indicate really, really positive things and renewal So I really want to shift it and take a look at, you know, what it is, what the Tower actually means in terms of plans and in terms of, you know, a mentality or a situation or a mindset. This is a necessary destructive process. There will never come a time, the only constant thing really is change. And the Tower is a phenomenal change card because it ushers in the kind of change that we maybe left to our own devices. We would run from it and run from it and run from it for cycle after cycle after cycle. But to follow, what is it?
I'm laughing at a guy's comment. He wrote, I remember when I got this. What happened?
Sorry, I muted myself for a second.
He goes, I remember when I got this for Rohini. I walked for a month.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's so funny. Sorry. Go ahead.
So, okay. So, I mean, it's a really good thing that after the Tower, so following the Tower, following the destruction, we have the Ace of Cups and the Star. I'm really glad that it's in that order and not the other way around, because that would indicate that your beautiful new emotional renewal, whether it be a project, a relationship, a home, a deal, an agreement, that it would then come to an end, a screeching halt. But this actually is reversed, okay? Meaning that the destruction takes place and then the emotional renewal, and then the Star card, again, this might be the card of the evening. This really is all about patience. This is sometimes, like I said, extended periods of time and having faith. It's all a lot about a divine intelligence. Sometimes this card is about spirit guides and angelic beings and hidden dimensions and that sort of thing. So this really requires that we be hopeful, optimistic, and also keep an open mind. It's really, really important. And it may save you to keep an open mind and let go of your rigid plans. The Tower comes along as this scary, destructive event when we cling to something, because we only think that it's terrible and destructive and horrible when we are attached to something. And then we feel that tearing away, and it's so obvious because we're so attached to it. So, I mean, that's just what I want to say.
So I just saw one of my, Veronica chimed into this chat, okay? And Veronica, I've gave a few readings too, like real readings. And I know your girlfriend's chart. And after you said that, I just pulled a card that said make other plans. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you take that message with a grain of salt. All that is for me to tell, you know, there's a reason why I pulled that card, because I know you and I know your girlfriend's chart. So it's just what I'm, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's just kind of crazy. So, and if you're going in like 9 days or something with 9, definitely. Or maybe change it back 9 days or something. Okay.
I'm using the Thoth deck. This is the Thoth deck right here. Is designed by Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris. You can buy it online. It's moderately priced. It's pretty reasonable. It's the only deck I use. I have others, but.
So look, and if you read some of these chats, like Johan, don't shoot the messenger, what he said, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this to give you some warnings. I mean, I know I avoided things when Joni Patry gave me readings and said, you have to be very careful. I didn't drive for like 8 months, only when I had to. I mean, I slept with one eye open. I still do. I mean, I have taken different precautions, because if you can avoid something or be like 10 steps ahead of somebody, you can avoid things. I do believe that. Okay. So sorry, Scorpio. But on the positive side, these are nothing you weren't aware of. Okay. I'm just going to tell you all this stuff that I'm sounding very negative. You know damn well it needs to go. And you're not even going to feel sad about it. Okay. You're not. Good. And because the sun's coming up after. That's the card, the sun. All right. So
I said Aleister Crowley's name, so people are going to be triggered. You guys, Aleister Crowley did not invent the tarot. Okay. He did not invent the tarot. He decided to undertake a project, a creative project, where he paired with a lady named Lady Frida Harris, who's a very well-respected, notable artist in her own right. I like the artwork. It doesn't mean anything more or less to me that it was designed by Aleister Crowley. To me, that's just a detail. It's a facet of the deck. Okay. So I am not a Satan worshiper, a demon worshiper. I'm not a cannibal. I am not a black witch with a black icy heart. I don't eat people. I don't drink blood. Mess with me and I'll show you a shit storm of shit that you're not prepared to deal with. But I'm not a bad person, and I'm not this, you know, whatever. It's Aleister Crowley is not my master. I like this deck. It works for me.
Heidi is Heidi's master. that's who's my master.
I just, you know, people just don't. They think they hear the name and they're triggered, and they don't bother to do the research because they're lazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to use, like, if I want to go play with a Ouija board, I will. Like, if you put a guard up, nothing's gonna fuck with you. Okay, you can block this kind of stuff. When people say, "Oh, it's this or it's this," and no, it's just what you connect with. I mean, quite honestly, we could have been part of some sort of, all of us could have been part of some sort of group in the past that did all that crazy stuff. Now we're dealing with it, and now that's why we're standing up for all this stuff. Right. Okay, let's just be real. That's the facts.
Yeah, I really hear that too. I had to come to terms with the possibility that over the course of our like countless incarnations on this planet, there's a good chance that we've all been the Hillary Clintons, the John Lenons. Like, we have to, as souls going through this evolution. Not, I don't mean evolution like Darwin. I mean evolution like progress and growth and expansion and enlightenment. We have to experience the whole spectrum from dark to light, everything in between. So I think it helps to put things into perspective when you think of it that way, that we've all been the dirtbag, we've all been the predator, the victim, everything in between. We've had to experience it in order to learn as souls.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to say this because, quite honestly, I need to say this because, you know, everybody talks about, when they do everything in reverse, right? You know, and I remember I was telling you that, and I said I do everything in reverse. Quite honestly, I thought it was Uranus in the first house and K2 and Mars, but I hang upside down. Like, I like to hang upside down like a bat. Okay, that's not normal. That's kind of crazy. And I like to do things backwards, and then I heard all the Satanists do that. Okay, I can tell you this: I have nobody can put a spell on me. Nobody can mess with me. Nobody can touch me. Good luck. Go ahead and try. See if it'll work. You can't mess with me. My chart has that but I guarantee you in a past life, I probably was doing some bad things, which is why I stay away from it. But I have those little traits, these little things that will subconsciously come into my crop into my head that I don't even want to talk about a lot of it, actually.
I think that's the only reason that Heidi was temporarily sexually attracted to Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes, she wanted to like.
Right. Now I think he's disgusting.
He is disgusting. He's a freaking creep.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, I have had a weird side to me that has, like, you don't have K2 Mars and Scorpio in your first house and everything's like easy breezy and freaking and not dark. Okay. Like, you will dabble in the dark, and I'm not saying dabble in the dark. I also was such a freaking Christian that I wrote, I love Jesus on the walls. So let's talk about that, because it's like sometimes the extremist, like some of the Christians can be like, I was watching some of these chats and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to be like that. It's embarrassing. I went to the March for Life. I was marching around DC, you know, I don't know.
We all make mistakes.
All right. So next, Sagittarius. You can sit here, and if whoever is judging, like, you're just totally not awake, and you live with your head in the sand, and you know damn well you're dark too, but you just want to put a little facade on, and then you'll ask Jesus for forgiveness and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that's what you're gonna do. You think you can just do? Oh, sorry, Jesus, I'm gonna let me go get saved again for the 18th fucking time. Okay. Yeah.
I can't tell you, the only attack, really, the most substantial attacks that I sustain are from Christians that think that I'm demonic because I don't worship Jesus. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've got nothing wrong. I have no problem with Jesus Christ. Like, oh my God, don't make it about me having a problem with JC. That's not the case. I got a problem with fake ass followers of an Abrahamic religion thinking that that's the only way to salvation. It's not. You're wrong. You're incorrect. You're wrong. There is not just one way.
But it's okay.
About the Christ consciousness. That is so legit. It really is. But you do your master, you do your savior a disservice when you walk around judging other people because they're different from you. Meanwhile, you're turning around, you're having affairs, you're doing drugs, you're eating like shit, you're abusing people. But because you go to church every other Sunday and you recite scripture as a reference, you don't even understand it. You think that you're right. You think that you're justified. I'm not talking to anybody in the chat, by the way. I'm talking to the people that think
they're gonna catch this video on the fly.
No, I mean, well, listen, I'm like under, like, I'm like on people's radar recently. Right. I haven't even, like I said, have not made a video in over 2 months. No specific reason. I'm just like, you know, I don't feel the urge. This has been fine for me, satisfactory for me. But all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, I have people that are like, burn the witch, and it's like, wow, like, geez. Take a stick out.
Yeah, and it's like one, you know, the Scorpios, we're probably talking about this because of Scorpio. Like, I can tell in charts who's religious and who's not. And, you know, Scorpios are the investigators. We research shit. We do our fact searching. Okay. So we're going to investigate things because we want to know. We're the ones that care about what happens when you die. That's what Scorpio is. We want to know what happens when you die. We want to know why the hell we're here in this crazy life. We want to know where you go when you die. That's a Scorpio. Okay. That was my life's mission. I want to know shit that nobody else knows. And just for my own sense of peace of mind. Okay. I want to know things so people can't catch me off guard. I want to know the ugly, the worst. I want to be, you know, and I was okay with that's like how I look at life. All right. So don't be sad if you hear, like, if you're very, very, very Christian or very religious or whatever you are, like, because I have a respect for the other side too, because I was like that. So I know how, out of fear, because these people put this shit down your throat and make you think this so they can fucking control you, just like they do with us, with taxes, with everything else. It's part of the matrix, okay? Once you wake up to this and you see and you read through all the bullshit, it's like, you know, when you're scared because you think you're going to die and go to hell, that shit goes away. I can go outside, get hit by a bus, and everything's fine. I'm going to a better place. Before I was worried, oh my God, I'm going to die, go to hell because I sinned and I thought about the wrong fucking thing, blah, blah, blah. That's my take. Sorry to be so blunt, but my God, I just had to get that out.
It's a mental prison. It really is just another form of control. And it's so limited. And, you know, paganism is so much older than Christianity. It is so much deeper and richer in roots and culture that I don't even know why this is even still an argument. I really like, I don't even want to give it another minute.
It's almost frustrating to me because I feel so bad that, like, some people can't get over the fact that they were brainwashed and they can't come to peace with it.
Oh God, they can't deal with it.
Like, do you think, does a Christian really fucking think that they're the only people that are going to die and go to heaven? And all the Muslims, that all the Indians, the Hindus, that all those people are going to die because we didn't catch them? We didn't go minister to them quick enough? What, they're all going to hell? You think that makes any logical, like, logically, that doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. It's retarded.
When you realize how many people are in the United States of America and how many people are Christians versus the other religions, in fucking India, they have 695 religions in India, for God's sakes. Think about this, guys. You think all those 695 religions are going to go to hell? I fucking doubt it. We're here in hell now. Welcome to the Saturn prison. Okay. Oh, all right. That's my rant for the day. Whew.
Sagittarius.
Jupiter and Scorpio. And you know what? That's my Sagittarius second house exploding. All right.
Someone said Valium is a hell of a grug. I meant to say drug, but he said grug. It's even funnier. Valium's a hell of a grug.
I took that one time for a surgery.
I think I took Valium one time when I was 15, like, recreationally, and I threw up and slept for like 18 hours.
I was like the nicest human being in the world. It was so weird. It was weird. Okay. All right. Sagittarius, man, that was one hell of a tyrant, right?
How many freaking signs do we have left?
Oh God. We're on 9. So there's 12.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just
All right.
I still have to go and I still have to cook and everything.
Oh, here we go. Jenny's gonna dip out.
I'm not gonna bail. We're gonna get through this, I swear.
All right, Sagittarius. Some might not like what we just said. Oh, some Sagittarius are okay.
Ew, someone get rid of that creep.
Who? What do you say?
I don't know, I don't know. I don't even want to repeat it. I really don't.
Don't.
But who cares?
Guys, we have 1,000 moderators in here. I mean, somebody needs to remove. You know I don't tolerate trolls. Okay.
Okay.
Sagittarius.
Melanie, you did miss Scorpio. We just did it 5 minutes ago and a rant. So 5 minutes plus a rant, and that's about when we did Scorpio.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I love this. Heidi's Native American name is Speaks Truth Bluntly.
That's right. I like that.
I don't know if that's oh God, I don't know if that's racist or appropriation or whatever the case may be against Native Americans, but it's not. I love Native American cultures.
Oh, that's legitimately what my name means?
No! Heidi.
Okay. Because I was I like that. It's true. It's the facts. You're damn right about that.
I wish, and I should, if I was cooler and had more emotional control just now, I would have been yes. That is what your name literally is translated into. I mean, there's 56 tribes at least. So pick one, pick a language.
That was a Scorpio rant with a Sagittarian second house with Jupiter there. All right. And, so look, here's the deal. I have to say, Sagittariuses aren't people are oh, they're the most radicalist. That's not the case. I totally disagree. I have to say Cancers and sometimes Pisces can be more religious than any other person.
Pisces, definitely.
Not you, not your nakshatra.
No.
See?
No.
And look, here's another thing. Each, I was saying before, we cannot get on this Sagittarius reading for the life of us, huh?
No. Things are starting to get dicey.
Nakshatras break down these signs. There are Pisces has Purva Bhattapadra, Uttar Bhattapadra, and Revati. There's 4, 8, 12, 10. There are 10 different types of Pisces in the astrology that I do. So when people ask about the 13 signs, I'm you don't even need to deal with it. I don't care if there's 1,000 signs, okay? I do the 27 nakshatras. All right, so.
What kind of a Pisces am I?
You're Purva Bhattapadra and Revati. So Revati is not very religious. Uttara Bhattapadra becomes religious. Purva Bhattapadra are sometimes more of the Aleister Crowleys, the magicians. Okay, definitely. So,
all right,
magic.
Okay.
And not all magicians are bad. It's who
kind
of powers you take it to, right?
This is the huge misconception.
Yeah,
magical forces. They're just electrical forces, magnetic forces. They are there regardless. They're there separate, completely independent of human thought and humans' desires to mark everything as right and wrong and good and bad. They exist. And so depending on how the individual person chooses to use those already naturally occurring energies, that is what constitutes whether a magician is good or bad or black or white. I am not a black magician. I've recently been accused of being a black magician, and I am not a black magician. Okay. So just as long as we're freaking clear, do I look like a black magician to you? Black magicians, I feel like they're all ugly. They look tired. They look drained. They're stressed out because that kind of energy is finite. By definition, it's parasitic. It's about siphoning. It's about encroaching on free will, getting in the way, taking. So I think that people really start to wear that kind of lifestyle on their faces after a while.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever, you guys, I'm just sick of like people coming at me sideways because
well, and you know,
they don't understand, because they don't understand and they're ignorant. I'm accused of atrocity. You
right.
know what I mean? The whole cannibalism thing was like,
that's the most absurd thing in the world. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. Once again, this is like astrology. Why the hell do they tell you magic's bad? Because if you do it, they don't want you to be better at it than them. Think about this. Why do they tell you astrology's bad? So you don't know more shit than they do.
Exactly.
Come on, this is like common sense. Let's use our brains, okay? Let's not like everybody's beliefs. You want to trust in this, trust in that. I'm going to tell you, if you trust a little too much, you're going to have a shitty outcome in life. That's just for damn sure. That's the problem. And then you'll be sad when, you know, doesn't end up being that same sad story. Just like when, like I say, like you're lied to from the beginning with Santa Claus. It's so stupid and so little and so, but I was furiated. I'm still mad about it. Okay. Like you are brought up with a fucking lie about a little red bearded fat man that brings you toys. Okay. Let's just start there. It's real simple. How many other lies are there? All right. Rant done.
Oh God, poor Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Oh my God. All right, Sagittarius. I'm going to say this. You're stressed, okay, for sure. But and you maybe your intuition's out of whack. Maybe if you were that Sagittarian energy about the beliefs and stuff, you know, maybe you're stressed out about, you know, things shifting. You're stressed out about facts. But I'm going to say, you're going to win a battle. Like you're going to win something. And if you're thinking about starting a business or taking a risk, take that risk because it is going to pay the F off. That's for sure. All positive things. Like if maybe you're just worried about it and worried about but you take that risk.
I like that. I really like where you're going with that, because that worry and that anxiety, that is really clearly reflected in the 7 of Discs, which is a card that I got. And this is when you're putting a lot of effort into something. You've put a lot of energy and time and planning into either a relationship or a job or something like that, some kind of an endeavor. And then the 7 is that very transient time, that very like there's a lot of uncertainty. It's a magical number. It's a lucky number because it's like a fulcrum point. It's a turning point. Because then we have the 8, which is stability. It's the emperor, it's structure, it's authority, establishment, all of those things. So what this looks like to me, I actually have the 7 and the 8 of Discs separated by the Lovers card. So that's why I think that this is some kind of a partnership, some kind of a routine that you are in right now with your spouse or with your romantic partner or with yourself. Because sometimes the Lover is about the relationships that we have with ourselves. And I don't want to leave anybody out here because it could apply to you as well. But the 7 and the 8 of Discs in this sequence, to me, this is really about the question of what you're willing to put in, what you're not willing to put in, and then sort of following through with that. And it definitely looks like it is about relationships, the very practical sort of mundane aspects of a relationship. So not so much the emotional lifting as much as, you know, contributing financially in your relationship, you know, earning income to support your relationship, support your household, being productive, being healthy, you know, initiating sex, initiating vacations, initiating activities, that sort of thing. Relationships are really complex, and everybody, you know, long term, you'll see that these questions arise. How can we get more out of this? Where can we go? You know, how can we sort of change this up? So this is a happy thing for me. I'm not really getting an overall negative vibe here. Pretty much it's just the question of, well, what can we do? What more can we do to see a better return on this, to get rewarded in some way? But it does look good. So I'm happy for you.
Daydreams, decisions, choose your battles, spread your wings and fly. Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is a different deck with the Door to Value. The Door to Value says, this card is a door with a gold coin on it. Maybe we had to talk all that smack because Sagittarius are about to have a great, great, great month. This door shows a door with a gold coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. Money, coins, and jewels fly towards you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. All of this points to potential for exciting new beginnings and expansions where work and money are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally unexpected, or perhaps it's something you've been working on for a long while. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may open to you now. Remain conscious and creative. Get ready to step through the door. Boom. I'm not going to pull any more cards.
That sounds really healthy.
Sounds like I might be a Sagittarius this month.
Right.
I think I'm going to be my Sagittarius rising this month. Oh, okay. So Capricorn. Capricorns. Capricorns. What do Capricorns need to know? They're going through a rough change too, as well. Just like Cancers, because it's the opposite.
For sure.
Haven't even picked up
the Eon.
What is the Eon?
Judgment.
Yeah.
The Eon is judgment. The Eon is their definitive endings, definitive decisions. It's great. It's about clarity. It's also regarding the shadow. Okay, if you want to look at the imagery here real quick, the Eon in my deck is represented by the goddess Nuit. She is the Egyptian goddess of night and the night sky and the shadow. So she'll represent secrets, dreams, visions, premonitions, psychic worlds, psychic realms, things that we hide, things that we keep inside. And then that is followed up by the Six of Swords and the Tower. So, you know, what this looks like is an inevitable forward motion, which is really positive, because this is a really, really solid meaning with the Six of Swords. Is this is all about forward motion and strategy, having a plan, having an exit plan, having a means of travel, a means of getting to the next level. So not flying by the seat of your pants, not doing anything impulsive. It will require strategy, planning, logistics. All of these things are put into place. A very clear mind. Okay, very, very clear mind, a sober mind moving forward, because I think we can anticipate changes. Okay, the Eon and Judgment, very powerful combination.
All right, pregnancy card keeps flying.
I'm sorry, the Eon and the Tower.
All right, was that the last one?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you from my end, could be some Capricorns could be dealing possibly with a pregnancy. If you're worrying about somebody having an affair on you, they are not probably having an affair on you. Some people could be dealing with a blast from the past. Some people could be spending too much money. Okay. And watch out for work enemies, 100%. But on the positive, we have the Sun and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So like, I'm going to tell you that, and the Strength card. So I think it's going to be good. Capricorns don't give up. They just trailblaze. Even if their whole lives were falling apart, like all this stuff I just said and all this stuff you said, nobody would know. You know, they're just going to go work it off. So, you know, base chakra. Google that. Because I don't know.
Well,
and then wait, the sacral chakra. Somebody needs to work on some chakras, and it is some Capricorns in the room. And it could be darkest fear. You are facing some dark fears. Maybe it's your own emotions, because you're so like steadfast and like, oh, I'm just going to worry about this. And, you know, I don't know. Be careful with accidents too. You're going to be accident prone. Cancers, Capricorns, and whoever else I said in this reading. I think it was Scorpios. Yeah. Accidents, be careful. All right, next. Shit.
Sorry.
No, sorry, that was me. I thought I just shut the whole thing down. All right, next is Aquarius. Good old Aquarius. I feel like I say that every time. Good old Aquarius.
Good old Aquarius.
And I think of every Aquarius that drives me nuts, but for some reason I like them.
I don't know.
Maybe because I wish I could be an Aquarius. It's like my dream sign. Oh, it is. If you were to ask me, what's your dream sign? I would say Aquarius. Is that funny?
Yeah. That is weird.
I want to be Aquarius.
How freaking random.
I don't know. I know. It's so weird.
Oh man, Aquarius, you got some issues. No, I'm just kidding. It's all fine. Okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah, mine look like some issues.
Well, and the only reason why I say issues is because we got this card, the Eight of Swords, which is one of my least favorite cards. Okay, I love all my cards dearly, and all cards, even the not so nice ones, have some really, really positive. There's just no way around it. There's light and dark associated with every card. But we have the Eight of Swords, which is the card of interference, delays, unexpected blockages. It could be a timing thing, a communication thing, an emotional thing, a health thing. Typically, this is swords. It's the element of air. Okay. So we are talking about Aquarius is air, intellect, the mind, the thoughts. So we are looking at a kind of restrictive thought situation here. The Queen of Swords as a mentality, she is a very strict, structured, she can be very, very narrow-minded. All right. So I don't know if this is a symbol of like intrusive thought.
Who do you have? Queen of Swords?
Queen of Swords.
I have her too, and she is top in the reading.
Okay. So then I'm thinking that this could be a person. And I think since there's probably more than one Aquarius watching this, it's a person and a mentality. And the Queen of Swords is pretty much the quintessential negative. She's one of the most difficult of the female archetypes because she's unconventional. She's not very nurturing. She's very sharp. I mean, there's beautiful things about the Queen of Swords as well. Heidi comes up as the Queen of Swords a lot because of her bluntness, because of her honesty, but that doesn't sit well with a lot of people. That can be very hurtful to a lot of people that are very sensitive. And also, if it comes from a nasty place, not saying it comes from a nasty place in Heidi, but she knows damn well if she wants to be a bitch, like she'll ruin your whole fucking day.
Oh yeah, with bells on.
The Queen of Swords can ruin your day, your week, your month.
Your life.
Your life. I mean, if you piss off a Queen of Swords bad enough, like I see this a lot with like ex-spouses or, people that are going to court, the opposition will always come up as either the Queen or the Prince or the Knight of Swords. So you may be dealing with a difficult personality. This could be your own thing. This could be self-deprecating thoughts, self-deprecating talk. You're only limiting yourself in that regard. And definitely what's on the line, like what's at stake, what is being limited is the Three of Wands, which is virtue, expansion, enterprise, businesses, creative endeavors, that sort of thing. So it looks as if the perfectionist in Aquarius is starting to limit Aquarius, starting to limit your ideas, limit what you're, where you're putting your energy, you're limiting yourself, you're putting a cap on yourself. So don't do that because what's at stake is that expansion. It is that Three of Wands energy, which is very much about working with other people, having agreements with other people, creative ideas being bounced around. So don't be a perfectionist because you're really just wasting time.
Yeah. You need a rest too. So I would say you might need a break, mental break, to relax, recover. You might need a new car. There's definitely a delay. If you're a male, you could be cheating and be scandalous. Some need to relocate. Some need to watch out for fires. Watch out for accidents with cars with fires.
Oh, geez.
Shut your curling irons off if you're females. And when I say that, I have had so many people tell me when I have brought that up that is factually happened. Like, I can't tell you how many people have said that. And they're like, you have no idea this has happened.
Well, fire is in the chart. Fire will show up.
Yeah. And you had a lot of reversals. So like Aquarius, I would say you need to change your diet. Business looks good though for some, business looks good. Work looks good. But like
I was saying is Three of Wands is a great business card. Like
yeah.
This is really great for creative projects, for working with people in business. If you got a new collaboration going on, Three of Wands is what you want to see. but the limiting that like that's what's on the line. That's what stands to be gained or lost. So that's why the limiting Eight of Swords here is something you're really going to want to be aware of, because that's delays, miscommunications, you know, bad emails where you're not being clear, or someone's like, oh man, I need an extra week, I need an extension, I need an advance, whatever the case may be. So it happens.
You got the JC card. So the powerful brings the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing with love and powerful healing intention. This amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping you unblock stuck energy and revitalize your life force. You may have felt a strong presence recently. You know, I had like a lot of blockages too. So like, I think now you're healing and changing and maybe like opening up a little bit. So Aquariuses can be very like headstrong and really, you know, in their own ways. Like they don't listen to what anybody else says. Like they care about their ideas kind of, and that's about it.
No, no super chat. No super chat.
Yeah, no. We're only doing one reading. Last sign is Pisces.
I'm gonna sit this one out. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't apply to me.
Yeah. We're only doing one reading. I already picked the guy or girl or whatever the person is. They've been waiting this whole show. Do
you feel bad?
No, I don't.
Oh.
He's a K2 in the first house. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Pisces. What does Pisces need to know for October? This is just October, guys, too. Okay. So when we're telling you just be cautious, do this, it's just for October. We're all halfway through.
Yay. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Damn, I know. I had to pull the devil reversed.
It's okay. Okay.
The world reversed, the devil reversed, the Four of Pentacles reversed. Oh. But the Knight of Pentacles is upright. So this is like, you want to start on the Pisces?
No, I think you should.
All right. All right. So when I look at the world reversed, I just kind of feel like that. I don't read cards normally. So as you see, I don't go by definitions. I just kind of see as, you know, things that you thought like the world is somebody living in la la land to me, but in a positive way. When it's reversed, you're not feeling that positive la la land. Like you're not feeling the worldly love. Okay.
Out of alignment. Because I feel like the world upright, no matter how gloomy or scary things seem, you're on the right track. Okay. Because it's not all going to be freaking fairies and sunshine anyway. So sometimes when you're in your highest alignment, you're going to deal with F-ups. Things are going to happen, right? But when it's reversed, that's typically a sign that there's something you're missing and that you're out of alignment with your ultimate purpose. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning, but.
So, and somebody wrote, is throwing money in the trash. Is that a hobby? Curious if you're a Pisces, because there is like,
oh yeah,
there is some money, like things, funny money things here. So worrying about money, definitely, you know, holding on to your money, but you're not holding on to your money. You have the Putin card reversed, right? So that's kind of like, just screw it. And then, but also, but you are holding on to something. It's like, once again, it's the devil. So it's the devil. It's, you know,
vices, patterns.
Yeah. But you do have the Knight of Pentacles. So some should go to the doctors too, Pisces, especially if, healing. Yeah. For sure.
I can see that too. I have the 9 of Discs, the 8 of Swords, and the Art card, also known as Temperance. And so whenever we're talking about health issues, sometimes the 9 of Discs does come up. Again, discs or pentacles have domain over the carbon-based matter, the carbon-based world that we live in, our flesh, our bones, the water in our bodies, all that stuff. And then so following that, we have the 8 of Swords, which again is the interference card. So if there is something that you're thinking intuitively, there might be something wrong, go ahead, go get some blood work, go get a couple labs done. Even if you're more of a holistic person, that's fine. Just definitely consult with somebody. Because the art card, also known as temperance, does encourage us to put into application that which we know. So don't not listen to that voice. Don't ignore it, because if you're feeling it, if you're feeling guided to pay attention to your body, just do it. Don't be ignorant. Don't be lazy. Don't make excuses. Health is the most important thing that we have. And without your health, you really don't have all that much. So Pisces, definitely listen to your physical body. Don't put it off anymore. Again, Eight of Swords, delays and excuses. Oh, I don't want to go. I don't have, whatever. Make the time, find the resources, get yourself seen by some kind of a healer, medicinal.
Or a real doctor. I think maybe you need to drop the whole healer thing and actually go to the fucking doctor, is my opinion.
Oh my God. Yeah, go to big pharma, you guys. Go ahead and
well, you know what though? Every once in a while you have to go. Like,
well, no, here's what it is.
A realist.
What the real doctor can do for you is give you labs. The real doctor can take your blood work and run it through the necessary lab work and give you results that you might not be able to get if you go to the Chinese doctor or the shaman. So we're talking about using the techniques and the technology that we have in modern Western medicine. Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely. But when it comes to pharmaceuticals and it comes to taking their advice about things, take it with a grain of salt. Listen to yourself, listen to your gut, do your own research, get second opinions. Don't just listen to them because they have the white coat and the shiny label, because they're mostly full of shit anyways.
But some might need some may need some antibiotics. I'm just saying it. I know everybody wants to diss the antibiotics 100%.
No, you're right.
That's why you got to get them.
They save lives. Antibiotics save lives. Someone says MDs are great for diagnostics. That's what I'm saying. Go in knowing what you want to talk about. Go in set on what your issues are and what you want specific labs done, specific blood work done. You have to be your own advocate in this world when it comes to medicine. You have to be for everything. Your nutrition, your kids' education, everything. You've got to be your own advocate. If you surrender that power, they will take it from you. They'll write you prescriptions for things that make it worse. Just don't do it. Just be your own advocate, but use their technology, use their labs.
Last thing, Pisces, Knight of Pentacles. So I think there is a delay with work and stuff and feeling like things are getting, moving along, or you feel lazy or something, but it's paying off. And I promise you, there could be some work enemies, and that's kind of you're hanging back behind. And that totally relates to Jenny, I'm sure. People that are busting out, coming out of the woodwork with saying horrible stuff about her, and she's kind of hiding, introverting, and don't even worry about that. Just keep on trucking, because those people are the ones that are stopping you from seeing the world upright. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. So and actually because I think
that Pisceans are they tend to be very vulnerable people. They're very sensitive to the words of other people, sensitive to foods, environment, that sort of thing.
You're a Gemini moon, though, Jenny.
No, so that shit doesn't. No, believe me, it doesn't hurt my fucking feelings. Exactly. If only they knew how that shit cracks me the F off. It's entertainment, right? But there are Pisceans that take that and it wounds them and it stays with them and it festers. Okay. And so that's why I think Pisces are prone to all kinds of problems, because they bottle a lot of their emotions inside, and that ultimately eventually will manifest in some kind of ailment. But
Pisces aren't as emotional as people think. Cancers are more emotional, I think.
I agree. I completely agree with you.
Because
Cancers, I know, they're oh God.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah. Scorpios are emotional in relationships, but then it can be damn psychotic, and Pisces are more emotional. They want to help the world and it's a different sort of emotion.
It's a martyrdom. A lot of Pisces I know, they are givers. They will give and give and give,
They're too nice.
Yeah, they can be really nice. Pisces get walked over all the time. If I didn't have an Ardra moon and all of my combative things, I would definitely not be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to take an insult. I wouldn't be able to get called out. I would be like, oh my God, like it you know what I mean? So I'm lucky in that regard.
And Gemini, Jenny comes off as a Pisces. Yeah, that's her ascendant, but your real guts and glory are in your moon sign. Okay. So think about this. Jenny is a Gemini moon and I'm a Pisces moon. Who do you think's more of the softie? Believe it or not, it's me. Would you ever believe that?
No, they wouldn't, Heidi. Like they don't. Like you guys really think based on appearances that you have us figured out, but like oh God,
yeah. You have no clue. That's the best part about it.
That's great.
I actually love that about because that's the plan. Jenny likes to have that facade that she's a nice nice Pisces, and I like to have the facade that I'm this bitchy Scorpio. It's called your first house.
It works for both of us.
It does. Works well.
All right. Who's this reading?
All right. This is for a birthday that I found in another chat. So this is 12/19/66. All right. Okay. Oh, good. You're a Libra Nakshatra Swati. That's good. Thank God you're Swati. All right. So this, I don't know if it's a male or a female, but, and I'm just going to be honest, because when I saw your chart, but then I saw your picture on the actual little thing, I was like, ooh, okay. So
we don't have a name.
It's like money something influx or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's a screen. Yeah. Got it.
So I'll say this. Okay. I guarantee you've had some issues in relationships. Grams of money. There he is, or she is. I don't know if this is a male. Grams of money. Are you a male or a female? Who am I? I can't see that picture, but are you married now? Before I just go here and blow up your whole spot, and just because you have K2 in the first house like me, so I don't want to embarrass you here. And do you want to hear the real truth? I mean, or do you want to?
We try not to expose people on here because things can get really, really personal. But that's why
okay.
That anonymous air is good. So like there's
male and married. Okay. All right. Well, is this your second marriage?
No, I feel like this person is extremely faithful.
Oh, well.
I even think.
Jenny, look, just watch, because then I'm going to have to say stuff I don't want to say. Is this your second marriage? I didn't want to go here, but I have to. It doesn't always work out this way, but we'll just say that I know a select few people that have worked with the marriage with K2 in the first, but not many. All right. Happily married 24 years. Okay. Well, all right.
All right.
All just came flying out too.
Uh-oh. Look at it.
God, the freaking moon reverse.
Oh, okay. The moon reverse. Okay. Well, listen, I'll tell you. The moon is deception, delusion, dreams. Seriously, lunacy, dreams, anger, mood swings, emotional deception, physical deceptions, people lying, people scheming, astral travel, psychic awareness. The moon it has domain over the water in our bodies. So this is if you have a lymphatic issue, an issue with the lymphatic fluids in your body, or you have an issue with gut health, or blood or something like that. So that's what the moon is. I don't know. The moon is a very, very strong warning of deception and delusion.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to not bring up a lot of I'm going to say this. I have K2 in the first house. All right. It's very rare. It's a big problem. It's like you are somebody, and what you are, you really don't want people to know what you are and how you think. Okay. You're going to really deal with this a lot in life. And I'm going to keep it out of the relationships because, maybe it worked for you. Okay. But I'm going to say this. I'm very surprised that you're married, and I'm very surprised you're still married with 24 years. Congrats. First person out of thousands of charts that I've ever spoken to that's in that kind of scenario. So maybe there's a first for everything, and we're just going to leave it like that. All right. But I'm going to tell you what K2 in the first does. K2 in the first will make you feel like an outcast, makes you feel a lot different than everybody else. You will like your solitude, your space. You will feel like nobody really knows who you are. You don't even know who you are. Okay, neither do I. I have this problem all the time. And you'll be with this person and you'll think this is the right way. And then, or when you're younger, you'll hang out with this crew that you think, and then you realize as you're going through life, you feel 100% like an alien. You feel like were dropped off of a spaceship. All right. So it's a lot of like feeling like an outcast. And now, if you're married to a foreigner, it could work. Yes. If you're married, you'll be attracted to foreign things, foreign cultures, foreign people, foreign everything. And also, you have Mercury in the second. So this is really good for speaking. You're like very great investigator, a great speaker, but you're going to be shy. Everything that I say, you have this introversion thing, this cloud of K2 like clouding you. Okay, K2 and Rahu were a demon that got split in half. K2 doesn't have a head, he can't see. Rahu's in the seventh house. Seventh house is marriages, partnerships. So when Rahu's in the seventh, maybe you just try to get a marriage and try to make something work so bad that that's why it works for you, because you get obsessed with being in a relationship and in a marriage, even if it's horrible and if it's not healthy and if it's not the best thing for you. You'll just pretend like it is and try to make it work. Maybe it could go that way too, okay? I'm not saying that that's how your marriage is or ever was, but could have been before your marriage, maybe in relationships. So, or in business partnerships. Okay, so it's just with others mainly now, but it's really good for, you'll be successful in whatever you do, okay, but you're always going to feel and get bored of everything. Great detectives. You're somewhat of a perfectionist. Mars in the 12th is, can have a lot of hidden enemies. You can have some issues with males, hidden in males, and the way you think is you're an Aquarius moon, okay, in the 5th house, really savvy business person. Extremely savvy. Like you can never work for anybody else though. You always have to be the boss. You're a leader. You will not be a follower. You'll try to follow like as you're learning through life, but as you grow older, you will change. But you can go through some depression, some ups and downs emotionally because you have the moon conjunct Saturn. So you can, be depressed sometimes here and there, but very psychic, extremely psychic, and very creative. So there's all kinds of things, but I'm going to leave it at that because you have one of those charts where I would say you probably would do well with a real reading. And sometimes after asking those questions, I know I'm not even going to tell you everything I would normally tell you and say live on YouTube. Trust me, you don't want me to. Okay, so for you, Jupiter is going into your second house of Scorpio, money. Second house of your savings accounts, they will be going up. Jupiter conjunct Mercury. This is going to be great for money. That's what I was saying on the other chart or in the other chat. So you are having a Saturn on Venus and Sun. Your Saturn is so strong. Money's going to be good.
Yeah, I need to know about crypto.
Yeah, that's all I can tell you is money is definitely going to be on the rise. All right. Your chart is a crypto chart. I just don't feel comfortable saying things I would normally say.
I actually don't feel guided. Like I don't have a name. I don't have a face. I don't have anything. It almost feels kind of just.
Look, the cards are even, the Lovers reversed, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. I mean, I can't even say it. Okay, maybe your relationship's getting a little, you say you're happily married. Maybe she's not happily married because you're an Aquarius moon. Maybe you're not giving her the attention that she needs. Something is maybe going on in the marriage or the relationship that you need to, maybe you work on. Usually it's you because K2 in the first can be the selfish ones. All right, so maybe that's what it is. And she's not happy. Maybe you need to give her more attention. But money's going to be great. All right, financially, money's going to be great.
You asked for it, sir. You asked for it.
I know. I feel bad. But
Heidi Vandenberg on the fly Vedic reading. You got it.
I know.
Careful what you wish for.
It's so true. But it's true because here's what, you know what? I had another guy that I had an Aquarius male and he said he was happily married, the same thing. And his wife flew through. And I said, I don't think you're right about this. And I said, I just have to say something's up. All right. I'm just going to tell you the facts. She's not very happy. Something's going on.
Wow.
And I said, and an Aquarius moon is somebody that thinks very selfishly in their own head. Okay. And then they don't people can be talking to them and they're not even, they might be paying attention, but no, you are not giving the attention. And Aquarius moons can rub people the wrong way. Then you have K2 in the first. K2 in the first, you're selfish already. You like your space, you'll like want your solitude. So all I'm saying is maybe you're not giving her what she needs, and she needs more of something else. Okay, that's probably the message, because I'm going to tell you by these cards and the charts, I think that's what's going on. And maybe you need to communicate with her better, because you can this will be a good time to communicate. Yeah. And build and rebuild. I just pulled a card that said build and rebuild. So I think that's what you need to do. You rebuild the marriage and the happiness and your happiness and everything, then definitely, I mean, the money's coming in no matter what. You have Jupiter just rolled through your second house. So on Mercury is money. It's good for sure. Jenny, what do you have to say?
Oh, like I said, I actually don't feel comfortable giving this person any advice right now. I don't. I mean, look, I got the Queen of Wands, which is very clear to me that's his wife. It's the watery aspect of fire. So she's probably a very high energy, very opinionated, possibly controlling. Like, I feel like she handles a lot of things around the house, a lot of things in the marriage. I believe he said she was Mexican, and my experience with Latino women, coming from a family of Latinas, I can tell you they're extremely spirited, very hard to control, and they have mood swings, the likes of which you've never seen. Right. I mean, no, I don't see anything bad. It's really just more of a confirmation of everything that you see in the charts. I can see the marriage is at the forefront of everything. I also got the Lovers, however, it was upright. The Death card did come up, but like you said, this is transformation, metamorphosis, clearing away old patterns, cleaning out the closet, so to speak. It's a very, very positive card. The Death is not necessarily a bad thing, but this is definitely about change. So I agree with everything that you said in terms of things maybe not being exactly how you see them, or things maybe needing to be overhauled or revamped or reassessed. Okay, I really like that word. It's just reassess things. Because whenever the moon comes up, it's a not so subtle push to reassess that which we believe to be true, or that which we think we are seeing. So that's all I'd like to say about that.
Well, I'm glad you said though that, because that makes me feel way less like clearly we're onto something.
Yeah.
And there's deceit. And you know, this card pops up as deceit. Like I couldn't even tell you anything else. All right. But this also is self-deceit. Like you're living in some illusionary, like, you know, but you will put excuses for everything. But the Strength card. So I don't see it's like sabotage. I just think you guys need to work on things a little bit better.
You're rebuilding their house.
Okay.
You know, the house is the metaphor for the mind. So I think if you're symbolically going through like a physical renovation or something like that, that's why they say a lot of hauntings and a lot of spirits are actually stirred up if you renovate an old house. Because you're really kind of whipping things into a frenzy. You're changing something, and sometimes, you know, spirits are resistant to that. So that kind of does mirror the metaphor of the house being a metaphor for the mind, a metaphor for the relationship. As you move through the different rooms, which really are just compartments of the mind or facets of the relationship, perhaps even seasons or periods of that relationship, the honeymoon stage, the crisis stage, all of those things. So, I mean, maybe this is just kind of an as above, so below mirror image thing, where the renovation of the house or the rebuilding of the house is a metaphor for reassessing the situation, revisiting everything that's ever happened in the relationship. That sounds like a lot of work. And yeah, I mean, like, that's like, sounds like oh God, that's so much. That's just crazy.
Look, I know that you're sitting here saying, I want to know about cryptos, but like I said earlier, you have nothing to worry about with the money. Like I said, that's the first thing that stood out to you. But maybe that's something you need to focus and shift your thoughts on something else. Maybe you need to worry, like, maybe you need to, no, look, there's a storm. Like, I don't like, look, okay. You definitely need to communicate. Sorry, I can't tell you this anymore. And if I didn't, you needed a real reading. Totally. I cannot believe I'm doing this live. We're going to leave it at this. you definitely need to have some conversations with your wife. I think both of you need to have a real legit conversation and sit down and talk about things that have bothered you for the past 24 years and communicate better. And you know what you need to do? You need to listen. You need to listen and not, just throw your opinions out there. Okay. And you need to listen. What?
Someone said he's taking this well.
Yeah, no, I saw that too. And I know this isn't what you wanted to hear, but my God, I mean, unfortunately, like I could have sat here and just made things up, but I would have sat here quiet and wouldn't have said anything actually and said, I can't do this right now. Right. So I had to say what I had to say. This is sometimes what happens. And you know what though? You can handle this. K2 in the first house. You will be
these comments, I'm like, you guys are seriously.
And it's, you know what? This reading would do this. Guess why? Because you're a Libra. You're a Libra rising. Okay. You are supposed to go above and beyond. Okay. You want a marriage, but you want that fence to get out. You're a great trader.
$100, Heidi.
Oh, that was nice. So thanks, Thomas.
Oh, God.
All I'm going to say.
I'm so glad this is not my channel. That's all I'm saying. God.
All right. Let me just ask my rods, okay? Please, because I feel like I'm losing my mind. Okay. Show me a yes.
Oh, wow. They went back to normal.
They're so weird right now. Hold on. Show me a yes.
I'm having a heart attack.
Oh, what? We got a yes is the cross. We got a cross watcher here. Oh my
Lord
God.
Jesus.
Hold on. I just can't handle it. This reading is like, this would happen. I would pick somebody from a different chat and say, I'll give you a reading. Okay. All right. Show me a yes. Why are they both doing this? Okay. This is my new yes. You see that one's in, one's out. All right. Show me a no. Show me a no. All right. All right. I'm like sweating. I'm having a hot flash. Okay. Does Money Man, what's his name? I almost called him Money Man Dan. What is the name of this person? Does 12/19/1966, the person's chart that Heidi is reading right now, does he need to work on his marriage?
Married for 24 years.
Yes, that was a solid yes. Is there something that he is unaware of going on right now that he needs to work on in his marriage? Case closed. Watch the, well, I'll ask one more question. Is his financials going to improve in the next year drastically? Yes. I love that my yeses, one's an in and one stays in. Okay, so there you go. Money's going to be good, but you definitely need to work on that marriage a little bit, buddy. That's all I have to say. And we're going to shut this show off right now. Alrighty, guys.
Oh my God.
I guess that will make you ever wonder if you want a live reading.
You guys wanted the works. I'm telling you, be careful what you ask for, because it's hard to hide things.
It is. And, maybe it's just communication, because we are bad communicators. So just keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to be done for now. I hope everybody got something out of that, and have a great week.